The bottom has fallen out in Chicago. What's going on, y'all? 5 Sports Talk back at it with another video talking some NBA, and it is not, I repeat, not a good time to be a Chicago Bulls fan after their latest loss. Jimmy Butler and Dwyane Wade absolutely handed it to this team, and they look like they are on the verge of being broken if they are not already there. So Jimmy Butler and Dwyane Wade called out not just the locker room, but everybody in the entire Bulls organization from top down. I'm talking coaching staff, I'm talking GM, president, owner, whatever you want to say. Everybody in the Bulls organization was called out by Jimmy Butler and Dwyane Wade, specifically the players as well. I have their comments in front of me. Wade said it just doesn't mean enough guys around here care. And Jimmy Butler talked about saying, I want to play with guys who care. And obviously they're referring to teammates and players on the team who have shown or lack thereof any sort of emotion after losses keep piling on up for this Bulls team, and they are 23 and 24 at this point, and they're teetering, folks. Look, people knew this team was not going to be obviously a super duper contender. Nobody had them at the top of the East with Cleveland, but did we think they would be competent? Yes. Did we think they could at least, be a 5-6 seed? Yes. Right now they're hovering around the 8 seed, and it looks like I said, this team is about to be broken, and this team looks like they are about to be teetering off the edge and completely fall off. Look, I've always said this, losing is one thing. The NBA is the best at players in the entire world. You're going to lose games. It's going to happen. But a lack of effort is unacceptable, especially at this level when you've got a champion like Dwyane Wade on your team, when you've got a superstar like Jimmy Butler on your team, and these guys who are the leaders of the team have to call out other players because they are not matching up to their level of intensity and toughness and sort of emotional level. And that's pretty pathetic to me. But really, what this tells me is it's a larger issue than just winning games as well. Look, obviously, winning games would cure everything, but this is more to do with management and the coaching staff as well. Look, I'm just going to say it. Fred Hoiberg has officially lost the locker room. And I'm not going to say it's completely his fault. I will get into that very shortly. But it is definitely partly his fault, and he should be held accountable because he has not done as a good job of trying to control this locker room. He has been stepped on, getting walked over by players. He has not held them accountable at all, and as a result, his best player, Jimmy Butler, has called out the coach a lot, which has thus lowered the level of respect that the other Bulls players who would usually show towards a coach have shown Fred Hoiberg, and that's really the reason why. So Fred Hoiberg has officially lost his locker room, and as an aside, I'm going to talk about the general manager and the president of this team, John Paxson and GAR FORMAN. Look, if I told you that I thought the Bulls were going to be amazing this year and going to be, like I mentioned, a contender, I'd be lying. But did I think it would be this bad? Absolutely not. And that's really a testament to GAR FORMAN and John Paxson, who have overstayed their welcome in Chicago, and I believe it is time for them to go. There have been rumors about Fred Hoiberg getting fired. You know what? You need a clean house. You need to get rid of GAR and Pax too, because lately everything they've done has gone against what they've said, has gone against team building policies, has gone against rebuilding. There's really no plan in place. I just have a list of things right here in front of me, the timeline of what GAR and Pax have done recently. You're talking about firing Tom Thibodeau, one of the best coaches in the organization who made the playoffs every year that he was here, just because you couldn't get along with him, okay? You fired him not because of performance, but because you couldn't get along with him. Then you hire Fred Hoiberg. Then you don't surround Fred Hoiberg with any of the players that he needs for his system. No, you surround him with older players. You surround him with a slower team that would make Fred Hoiberg look bad, and then now you're going to use him as a guinea pig to sort of lay an example. Oh, and then he gets fired. Okay? That's number one. Number two, there's been little to no development to the young stars that we I shouldn't even call them stars, to the young players that they've been drafted recently. I'm talking about Doug McDermott, who has been inconsistent as they come. You traded up a couple spots to get him. Was that really worth it? Bobby Portis hasn't shown the flash that he showed a little bit during his rookie season. And then Nikola Mirotic has been the definition of inconsistency as well, and there was a lot of hype for him coming out, and these guys haven't progressed to the level that we were expecting them to when they were drafted. Now keep in mind, a lot of these guys were hyped a lot, especially Doug McDermott. So you're looking at potentially, if these guys don't pan out, you're looking at 3 possible busts. Then you sign the biggest headache of them all, Rajon Rondo. Look, I was not completely opposed to the Derrick Rose trade when they made it. They got Robin Lopez back, Jerry and Grant. But looking at it in hindsight, Rajon Rondo is out of here for sure, okay? He has already made it clear he does not want to be part of the Bulls. Jerry and Grant has passed him in the rotation along with Michael Carter-Williams. That's just not if, it's when, okay? You could have kept Rose, who was expiring, and still let Rose walk and still have that salary cap space. And I guarantee you Derrick Rose would have fit better with this team than Rajon Rondo, okay? Yeah, Derrick Rose is injury prone, inconsistent, old. Well, not really that old, but he's getting up there in mileage. But he would not have been the head case Rajon Rondo would have been. And at the end of the season, you could have decided, hey, if Rose wants to walk, you let him walk. You let the Chicago media and the Chicago fans maybe give him flack for leaving his hometown if he does want to leave, or if he doesn't want to take a discount. You don't put yourself in the position to trade him and then go after a guy like Rondo. That's what you don't do. We all knew Rondo was a head case. Now what has happened? Rondo's cancer to the locker room has spread through everybody else, and the non-winning ways have spread through the entire locker room, and what you are seeing before you today is a product of that. And that really, really irks me, because the Bulls could have seen this coming when they decided to quote-unquote take a chance on Rondo. And I guess the only thing I will give them props was they, of course, did not sign him to a long-term deal. Thank God for that. But really, the damage has been done because the locker room is lost. And at this point, look, am I going to say the Bulls season is over? Well, what do you consider over? Are they going to win the championship? Of course not. Are they going to make the playoffs? They could. They could probably sneak in at the 8th spot. You know, the East is still pretty weak. But really, what's the plan here? That's what this all comes down to. I'm circling back here. What's the plan here? Do you want to get younger and more athletic, or do you want to stay older and sort of catch lightning in a bottle and, you know, try and see what you can do with a group of veteran players, okay? Because right now it's ugly. Right now it is very ugly. You're putting lipstick on a pig right now, okay? It's not good, okay? You have to decide what you want to do with this team. You have to have a plan, and that is exactly what I need from John Paxson and GAR FORMAN. But you know what? I need it from somebody else at this point because I'm tired of it. I need them gone, and they're probably going to fire Fred Hoiberg, so he would probably be gone. But you know what? I would be happy for Fred Hoiberg if he leaves, because you know what? He does not deserve this. I don't think he's a great coach, but I don't think he deserves the level of ineptitude that management has shown when getting the players that he needs for a system. And I've said this before in previous videos. That's why I'm not being a hypocrite here. Okay, Fred Hoiberg does not have the players that he needs to succeed in the system, and it's not completely his fault. Okay, so you clean house here. You get rid of Gar, you get rid of Pax, and you get rid of Hoiberg, okay? And then you make a plan to see what you would do with this roster, whether you're going to keep Jimmy, Wade, whether you're going to, what are you going to do with the young guys? Really, that's all we need here is a plan, okay? And I'll try to lay that out for you guys. I'm planning on doing a how to fix the Chicago Bulls video pretty soon. But you know what? I've had it, okay? Being a Chicago Bulls fan for as long as I can remember, this has gotten pretty bad. The bottom is falling out, and I'm not happy at all. Like I said, GAR FORMAN and John Paxson have overstayed their welcome here. It is time to let them go. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree, disagree? Jimmy Butler and Dwyane Wade are not happy at all, and this locker room, like I said, is teetering.